Oh, right. We have a crazy game for you today. We have Song and Huang in the house. Song is known for some pretty ridiculous builds, and Huang is known obviously for the Celts ETC push in Castle Age. And the reason I really care about this game is because it's out of the ordinary. We see some really crazy strategies going on. I looked at like the first 5 minutes of this game, uh, not to spoil anything, but just to make sure that it was cast worthy. So I did see a little bit of laming action going on, and I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna talk about this one because Huang laming Song makes for a great combination. Song playing as the Tatars, whereas Huang is playing as the Celts. Now, Huang's normal build is to build militia in Dark Age, send those militia forward, and oh, we got them being so not quite. Build those militia, send them forward, give himself enough time to get to Castle Age, and then once he is in Castle Age, go for a siege monk knight push. The monks will be used to keep those knights alive, and the siege will be used to shred absolutely everything. Also, the reason that this works nice with Celts is not just because of the siege bonuses, but also because of the faster militia that you get already in Dark Age. So a lot of... Oh, and there is the lane that I saw before. And I've watched about 2 more minutes of this, and then I'm going to be all caught up with what you guys have seen, which is nothing hopefully yet. But my goodness, what a game and what players we have in here. Looking to try and stop this villager from taking this boar. And it looks like the villager is going to shoot it first. And oh, it looked like Huang wanted to steal that boar, but Song was just in time. Just so that you guys know, these are professional players. They are at the highest elo, and they compete against people like Tato, Viper, Hera, MBL. I really like Huang's style in specific, and the reason, and as to sheep are being lamed. There's just so much to talk about in this game. It is so wild. I'm going to try and speak all of my thoughts at the same time, do my best job casting what is going on. It looks like Huang has found the boar, and he wants to lame that first boar, so he's going to try and lame this boar at this time. Where is Song Scout? Song Scout is over here. As I was saying before, it seems like most games are focused around eco. If your villager's behind or something in that nature, that can be huge. As the scout, the scout is blocking the scout to try and get it to go damage, and Huang is just fighting back and forth because you need to stay within a certain amount of range. If you're not within a certain amount of range, this boar will go back. And what? What are we watching right now? The lame attempt, the counter lame attempt. Some hill fighting. It does look like Song Scout has a lot more HP left. I wonder if... No, it does look like that boar is going to walk back. Now, the funny thing about this is if there's relics or something like that, that can actually maintain vision. So, for example, if I look at... Yeah, so you can see this relic has a certain amount of vision. This lion has a certain amount of vision. So sometimes even if the scout walks far enough away, it can actually still maintain vision. And look at this, the militia already coming forward, and I still didn't get to say what I want to say about most games are focused around eco. Like if you look at MBL, for example, or if you look at Hera, there's a lot of focus around eco and eco numbers, having villagers, producing from multiple TCs. Huang is not about that. Huang is about military. He's about doing damage with his rush. It's always a different amount of militia, which he adapts on the fly. Sometimes he uses more, sometimes he's using less. Right now it seems like he's using 2, but we'll keep an eye on the queue and see if he's producing any more. And then in Castle Age, he doesn't go for several new TCs. He goes for Monastery, he goes for Siege Workshop, and he goes for Knights. At least that's what he normally does. But Song, he knows this. These guys all play with each other. Song knows what Hoang likes to do. So we'll see what his reaction is to that. And it looks like this barracks over here is being damaged a little bit. Maybe try and take that down. It's already forced kind of a reaction out of Song Song, just having these two militia there. He's had to wall over here. He might have to wall his gold at some point. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this cheeky boy. He's coming forward. And it looks like Hoang already expects some kind of a attack because he has 3 villagers on gold right now. Score very, very close. Hoang a little bit ahead, but he hasn't clicked up to feudal yet, so that can be a little bit misleading. As soon as you click up to feudal, there will be a score drop. I would say it's a very even game thus far. And I think it's going to be forward scouts or archers. Let's see. I think archers would make more sense just because of the palisade walls, but obviously Song Song doesn't know that yet. Hoang does not normally wall very much, and look at these villagers, they're going forward as well. Another militia is being created, more militia are being created now at this point, so we have 4 militia on the field. It does look like it's going to be archers, and as soon as Song Song went up, Hoang smelled something in the air, you could just tell. And now these villagers have the quick wall, otherwise they are going to get taken down by those militia. And how do you react to a forward archery range on your face, on your main gold? Meanwhile, we have 2 villagers over here doing absolutely nothing, and it looks like another villager is coming over. What a game we have! I love crazy forward games that, you know, just are out of the ordinary, that are not meta. This is also why I love Stray Dogs and player like that. Vivi, another great example from China, just like Stray Dog. And here we have another archery, double archery range, and it looks like Hoang is going to try and wall all of this in. I've done this myself before because you don't want the enemy producing from it. That scout gonna run away. Just give him some time to get some archers up. And it looks like there is a counter archery range, probably to get skirms, because this is definitely not Hoang's preferred composition. He wants to go knights, he wants to go siege, he wants to go for monks. Did I say knights? I don't know what I said anymore. It's just so crazy. And here comes a tower from Song Song on this wood line. And Hoang is not the best at managing his eco, so this could actually do a ton of damage. I hope Song Song does wall that in. Meanwhile, over here, we have a whole bunch of bill fighting going on. Those villagers do look like they are going to go down. Yeah, that's 1 down. That's 2 down. Those militia are going to go down. And what are they able to? It looks like they're still able to get out of here because I see some blue sneaking out over here. Meanwhile, this is being walled in. There are villagers being attacked by that tower, and it doesn't look like Hoang has realized just yet. Now there are skirmishers chasing these archers, but there's a hill bonus over there, so that's a little bit tricky to deal with. Although they are the counter unit, and now they are walking around. There's 4 archers. They could do so much damage to Hoang. And look at this! Look at this wood line completely immobilized by just a simple tower. And all of a sudden there is a score differential that is occurring between Song Song and Hoang. These archers are walking around looking to do even more damage. Yeah, this at this point is pretty much handled. Oh, they're still escaping! They're still escaping from the back. The tower was a nice placement to try and kill all the archers that came out. Maybe you should place it right next to it. And now all of a sudden these archers are in and they're going to get some kills. 1 bill down at least, and oh my gosh, Hoang just pulls all the boys and is just going to attack these archers. That's hilarious. Of course, if your archer micro is good, you can just kill these villagers for days. But the skirmishers now coming in as well. Should be able to chase this off. Did he finally fix? Yeah, okay, he did move to this wood line, but he just managed to run them right into his archers. More archers on the front. Is there an archery range at home? No, there's a stable at home to counter those pesky skirmishers. Wow, Song Song is playing so well. It looks like all out feudal aggression. Does not want Hoang to make it to Castle Age, and these 2 villagers have just been idle forever. It does look like all of these archers have served their purpose. Whew, I'm just gonna breathe for just a second here. As wow, that was a lot of stuff going on. Is this guy building any forward ranges or building anything in that nature? No. These villagers are just being pulled back. We need more gold. We need a market. Looks like Hoang is going to try and buy his way up. Is still trying to track these archers, which is a difficult thing to do. And here are the scouts that are coming out. So I think what Song Song is going to do, he's going to try and debate Hoang into making these skirmishers come away from, say, his TC and whatnot, military buildings, and then he's just going to pounce on them with 3 to 2 scouts, maybe? That's, I think, a really, really good play, but it looks like Hoang has lost track of those archers, although they are over here, but he is forcing them towards the TC, which is a nice move. Garrison, 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 no. Garrison, 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 no. Garrison, garrison, garrison. Oh, he's gonna just fight that scout, but ooh, another one goes down. This is another thing that you can do. Instead of full walling your base, you can wall towards your TC. I think that's very, very useful. It doesn't require a whole lot of walling on your end, and your TC is going to fire a whole bunch of shots. You just have to make sure that you have farms around. And wow, that's a lot on gold. 18 on gold. Buys his way up to castle, and this is where Hoang shines. He might be down 500 score, but who cares? If you have knights, if you have siege, if you have wood, although his wood line is being heavily harassed by Song Song, and I don't think Song Song realizes that Hoang is up because of the score differential. He probably thinks he's done a lot more than he did. And there is the stable, like I was talking about. We'll probably see a siege workshop as well as a. Oh, we don't have a blacksmith, so we won't see a siege workshop. Does need a whole bunch more wood here when he reaches castle age, and I think we're going to see some forward pressure onto Song Song. Mangold right on the front could be pressured. Another archery range, and it does look like Song Song has now clicked up the castle. Spearman coming out for Hoang. It's definitely not regular play. It definitely looks like Song Song made Hoang adapt, but well, one thing at the highest level is that people can adapt, and I think Hoang has done so. He's not in a great spot. He's definitely down by a whole bunch of score, but now it is territory where he feels at home, which is pushing and doing damage. And look at these villagers. They're coming forward. They're probably going to build a blacksmith so that they can build a siege workshop and just start battering down absolutely everything. Yeah, this is going to be an all-out forward push, but still has to deal with these archers in the back over here. His home could be absolutely decimated. And look at this little pocket. Song Song, you are a cheeky, cheeky boy. Oh, he could kill so many of these villagers. Oh, but Hoang realizes very nicely. But where can he take wood? He probably has to take wood over here forwards. Now the knights are being produced. And there's a siege workshop. Boom, right in your face. We're going to be taking down that TC anytime at this point. And I wonder if we're going to see a monastery pretty soon as well, because 200 fruit is collected. It's just collecting gold, 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 gold at the moment. Probably see crossbow at some time. Wow, yeah, difficult for Hoang to get any type of wood. Can only get that from this corner over here. And yeah, he can go back here, but those archers are right there. Meanwhile, we have rams. He's starting with rams. No mangonels, just rams. And that is dangerous because, yeah, knights absolutely shred that. But here's Hoang's army. Song Song knows, so he's built a whole bunch of spears as well. His queue looks a lot better. Another ram comes out. Can Hoang do it with this push? Oh, he's putting the spearmen in there, and we're going to just ram down absolutely everything. Villagers to repair, knights, and oh, this is just chaos. I love it. I love it. Does manage, like they did find that army over here, so that has been cleared up now from Song Song that he was being annoying with. And there's some fighting going on in the front over here. Spearmen popping out. Spears and skirms coming over. Everything is in here. There's villagers repairing the ram. They want to keep that alive, which is hilarious. But it does look like Hoang has been cleared out over here. And this is starting to look bad. I would not be surprised if we saw a GG called. Yes, the GG is called. Song Song. What a beast. Did so much damage to Hoang early on, and difficult for Hoang to adapt, and just managed to get enough damage in and military numbers and reach castle fast enough. Did eventually delete these archery ranges. I think he deleted these ranges so that when he clicked all ranges, it would only spawn from his range at home. Very, very cool game. Let's take a quick look at the statistics. Yeah, definitely in Song Song's favor. And Song Song was just so good, so meticulous about finding those villager kills early on. And at the end, once he cleared out Huang's army, that was GG. And I would say no re, but I actually have another Song Song and Huang game. These guys play each other all the time. And I think I'm going to cast that one as well, so you have something to look forward to in the next Huang game. Once again, it doesn't matter if you win or lose with your strategy. I really liked Huang's strategy, and I liked Song Song's strategy as well. We kind of had the stray dog vibes with the forward, and then with Huang, he didn't really get to his ultimate composition of the knights, monks, and siege. But you can't always have it your way. Your strategy is not always going to work perfectly, and you have to adapt. And I think Huang did that very, very well. It was a little bit unfortunate that he didn't get those two ranges completely surrounded. It seemed like, look, yeah, there's like a tiny hole here, and four of those archers just snuck out, and they did manage to get additional kills. And then this tower over here just caused so much idle time and losing track of those two villagers. There was a bunch of little things that really added up for Huang in this game. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for walking. Always keep walking, never run. Walking is key. Thank you so much.